You're watching Lynn TV. I'm Lucy Robson with this week's main stories. President Christofias slammed EU austerity measures imposed on countries in receipt of support from the European Financial Stability Facility in his first speech to the EU Parliament on the priorities of Cyprus under the EU Council presidency. Christofias criticised the measures as putting further pressures on member states, which were already struggling. Meanwhile, British MEP Graham Watson brought up the issue of withheld title deeds in Cyprus, describing Cypriot lawyers and property developers as corrupted. Cyprus took over the EU presidency on July 1st for 6 months. And delegates from the International Monetary Fund, the European Central Bank and the EU Commission were in Cyprus this week to discuss the terms and amount of an EU bailout. Officials said that the first stage of discussions could be concluded this month. Cyprus needs funds for its banking sector and general finance needs. The government has also been canvassing Russia and China for aid, but no decision has been announced on either country. Investigators for the fire department suspect arson in 2 blazes which burned nearly 30 acres of wild vegetation, farmland and forest in the Akamas on Tuesday. Items which suggest that the fires were started deliberately were found at the points where the blazes began. And police said a small 120mm explosive found in Yereskipu during digging for tree planting was left over from the 1974 Turkish invasion. The missile was confirmed as not being dangerous. And an EasyJet aircraft en route from Luton to Tel Aviv had to make an emergency landing at PAPHOS International Airport on Monday night, owing to disruption caused by a passenger who had been drinking heavily. The pilot requested permission to land at PAPHOS Airport, saying that flight safety was being jeopardized by the aggressive behavior of the passenger. And finally, this weekend, the Cyprus Institute kicks off its annual Solar Car Challenge, with 8 teams taking part. This year, 6 Cypriot teams will participate, along with teams from Pakistan and Jordan. On Saturday, scrutineering will take place outside Neapolis University at 4 p.m, and on Sunday the race will run from 10 until 1, and the cars will be paraded along Poseidonos Avenue for arrival at Paphos Castle Square at 1:45, where the awards ceremony will take place. Details about the route are at the web address on the screen. Well, that's all for this week's news roundup. Join us again on Monday for a fresh update of local news.